What's up, everybody? Welcome to Podcast Now. I'm Alex, and in this video, I want to talk about why I'm going to be buying Tiny Tina's Wonderlands and why you should too. So this is my preview series where I look at a game that is coming out and talk about what I'm going to be doing with it, whether I'm going to be buying it, waiting on it, and just kind of talk about how I feel about a given game before it releases. And, I did this same video. I don't know what the order will be when they come out, but I did this same kind of video with Ghostwire Tokyo, and I really have very similar things to say, honestly, about both of them. Both of these games, but specifically here, we're talking about Tiny Tina, right? I'm buying based off of potential. I think there's a lot of potential and a lot of possible hope that this game is going to be pretty darn good. So potential is one. I would say release time, like the structure of when it releases. March is a month of kind of a lot of games that could be very hit or miss, or could also just be games that are very specific to certain people. We don't know how Grand Theft Auto 5 is going to turn out when that comes out, judging off of Definitive Edition. We don't know how the Final Fantasy Origins game is going to be. Ghostwire Tokyo, again, maybe it's really good, maybe it's kind of not. Like, we really don't know that well, okay? Now, you could obviously go deep down into each of these games, which I actually have in their individual videos, but this is a game that I kind of feel pretty similar. I like Borderlands. I've been a Borderlands fan for a long time, but I wouldn't call myself a diehard. I really wouldn't. My actual favorite, this could be controversial. My favorite Borderlands game is actually Tales of the Borderlands from Telltale. An amazing, very funny, very awesome game all around. But I really think this game looks like, not necessarily the best of Borderlands, but it's more Borderlands, right? It's more of what we've got in the past that people definitely do enjoy. And then it's using this, Wonderland, obviously that's part of the title, right? Wonderland's kind of backdrop to it, where I really think things can be pretty different, right? Some new quests, some new enemies, some new guns, some new stuff we've never seen before. And honestly, guys, just like shaking it up, in my opinion, shaking it up enough where it doesn't enter like a new genre, but enters, again, a new area where you can start to insert some things you've never really had before in Borderlands while still being, Like, if you've never liked a Borderlands game before, I don't know if you would like this. In fact, I would say you wouldn't like this, right? Because it is still, I wouldn't say it's like Elden Ring, but Elden Ring is the most recent release it somewhat reminds me of, right? Where it's changing the formula just a little bit, various degrees depending on what you're talking about, but it's changing the formula, but at its core, it's still that game. Elden Ring is still a From Software game, so if you've never liked From Software games, you're probably still not going to like Elden Ring, even though it's dipped its toes into somewhat different genres. Again, that's just being a little bit more open world, right? Whereas this, again, doing things a little bit different, adding this kind of fantasy element to the game. But if you've never liked Borderlands, it still is that, right? So that's for me. For me, this is a game that I really hope can be good. This is a game I'm buying with hope that I'm gonna be, almost like taking a chance on it. Does that make sense? To be honest, I'm taking a chance on this. I'm taking a chance on Ghostwire Tokyo, both on the same day. I don't love that, but both on the same day and both at the end of March, on March 25th. Lego Star Wars is the next game after these that I'm super interested in, and that comes out about a week and a half later. So I'm gonna try to be splitting my time between these two games, and I've said it before in other videos or maybe on Twitter. Honestly, I'm kind of just hoping one of the two sticks with me. Maybe Ghostwire is different, but it's like maybe it just doesn't speak to me. But then maybe this game, Tiny Tina, is like, okay, well, I actually am really enjoying this, or something stands out about one that doesn't stand out about the other. So I'm kind of just taking a chance and going with it. But these are the two games to me, and specifically, I guess, Tiny Tina. The game looks really solid. I was just watching before I recorded this. They did like a 20-minute game walkthrough. I don't even know, in terms of when the video goes up, I don't know how long ago it was that they made that video, but they did like a 20-minute breakdown. They did a nice long quest, went to a couple different areas, and I just kind of sat there and watched it. And it's like, yeah, this it does look fine. Like there's nothing that massively jumps out to me where it's like this is an absolute must play, but it's also not like, well, it's bad and I want something to play. I think that maybe happens with some people, you know what I mean? I think there's games that jump off the page more to me, but it's okay to have a game, I think, like this as well. So let me know what you guys think in the comments below. I will be covering it as long as I get it and I play it to a various extent. I will cover it at some point on the channel. Make sure you're all subscribed to this channel. Hit the bell icon so you guys know when all these videos go up. If you want to follow me anywhere else, all my social media is in the description below. Thank you guys for watching, and I hope to see you all on the next video.